Welcome back to another video, everyone. And in today's video, we are going over the Powerpuff Girls. So yes, Season 3 was just recently released, and along with Season 3 came the Powerpuff Girls. And let me tell you, when I say this character might be one of the most broken characters I think I've ever used off the start of a multiverses game. They are... I compare them to beta bugs on how they are right now. Their moveset is crazy. Their whole arsenal and everything that they do is just insane. They are a great character, and I like using them already. So, you know what you're here for. This is going to be a tutorial on how to play them. We're just going to go over movesets, what you can try to target, what you're going to try to look for. So yeah, that being said, we're going to hop straight into it. So, the Powerpuff Girls have a very unique thing compared to every character in the game, where if you down Y, you can switch. You can switch to each character. You know, you can switch to Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles. Bubbles is obviously the weakest, but she's also the quickest. Buttercup, slowest, but also the strongest. And then Blossom, who I think is the best main, she is the balance between them both. She has speed and damage. She is the perfect balance as you want in a character, but you can always keep whichever character out. So, keeping with the down Y switches, if you do this in midair, they can throw an uppercut, and as you switch characters, you can do this twice in midair, kind of like a recovery, and then you have to touch the ground. But you can do that, hit an uppercut. You can see it differentiates with damage between character. So we're going to go 43, we're going to hit him with Blossom. Never mind, we're going to miss. Bubbles hit for 6. Now we're going to hit him with... Alright, they actually both just hit for 6 there, so I might have been wrong. But it's a very unique thing that you can do. You can just switch in midair. If you can catch somebody in air, you can just switch, uppercut them up, and then you can try to run some different combos. There's a lot of things you can do with these characters, but I like to keep Blossom out as the lead. There's certain moves that are different, that if you have each girl out, they are different with. So, when you're standing here and you just press Y, your neutral Y, or your neutral ground, as you're sitting here, Blossom will hit a freeze breath that you can just hit up. It's the same thing if you jump in the air and press Y. You can do that over and over again. Bubbles is a screech, which you can stun with, which is cool. If you can time it, you can get a stun. You can switch to Buttercup, and hers is heat vision, pretty much, as I like to call it. And hers is an absolute tank. Most of her attacks that she leads are just tanks, because she's strong as hell. So obviously you want to have her. If you're looking for most damage, you're looking for speed, go Bubbles. If you're looking for balance, go Blossom. So there's another move when you go down. You go down and press X or whatever you're on a controller. This is a great combo starter with the up attack, which is this Hurricane. Crazy knockback on this Hurricane. Absolute crazy knockback. So you want to do down X to get this phone to come out, and the girls will go to each side. So if you're close enough, they'll go right in the middle, and you can go right underneath with a Hurricane. You just pop them up, and then you can go right underneath and hit them with a Hurricane if you can, time it right. Sometimes you'll glitch out and you'll move like that, but if you just stay here and do it like really quick, you can catch them with a Hurricane. Bam. It's an easy KO. It's definitely something you want to try to target when you're on higher health, when your opponent is on higher health, I should say, because it's a crazy move. It is an insanely good move. All of the girls' moves are crazy. I've never seen a character released that is this strong. And trust me, they're tanks too. Like they don't just get knocked out on 100. They will stay out on the map until like 150. It takes at least to 130 to 150 to kill them, which is crazy. A character this strong, this fast, and this different should not have this much health. So we're just going to go over every move they have. So when you're gliding with them, and you press X to the side, you go side dash. This is their side dash. It's this rolling thing. You can do that in the air too. Well, actually you can. So when you're on the ground, this is the move. When you're in the air and you do the same thing, it grabs the girls and it spins them like that. This is one of the moves. These two moves, it doesn't matter who's the lead. They will always do the same thing. See, like I can show you. I'll switch to Bubbles. They'll do the same thing. We'll just go in the air, the same thing, and they'll just... It's just whoever you want out to damage. So if you want Buttercup to damage, you go Blossom lead, and she'll be the one that smacks on this attack. There's one thing to note with this attack, especially. You are vulnerable. all 3 of them are a hitbox. That's the one major concern about this character, is that the hitbox is so big because there's 3 characters in itself. You can hit them when they're doing this, and they are vulnerable. So you can hit Buttercup coming at you, you can hit Bubbles in the middle, or you can hit Blossom in the you can hit Blossom in the back of the pack. It doesn't, it does not matter. If you hit them, you will get damage off, and you'll most likely stop the attack. But still, all in all, fantastic attack, very hard to stop. Not easy to read, and it's crazy, this moveset. Absolutely insane. So we're gonna continue on with the side attacks. They're a great mix of horizontal and vertical, as you can see here with this. And you can just go down and then just bing. That's another thing we'll get to, is the recovery. It's also, an attack as well, like pretty much all recoveries are in this game, besides certain characters. But keeping with the side attacks, you can stand on the ground and you can throw one of the girls. So the thing about this that's significant is when you throw one of the girls, they each do different things. So Buttercup will slam down. When you throw Blossom, she'll throw up. And then when you throw Bubbles, she'll also throw them up higher. So I think Buttercup is the perfect one to throw when you're throwing them. But I also personally like throwing Blossom because it throws them towards you. Bubbles just throws them up. It's a good attack if you want to just come from underneath and then just hit him with the tornado. That's also another good attack, but it's not the best. I think throwing Blossom is by far the best one there. Definitely in order, I would have to go Blossom, Buttercup, and then Bubbles. I think Bubbles is just, it's a basic combo starter. I don't think it's that crazy, so I'm gonna put Bubbles on the bottom of the list there. I think Bubbles is, the bottom tier of the 3 of them anyway, but Bubbles is perfect for recovery. We will get to that in just a second. But continuing with that same attack, if you do it in the air, however, this is something you need to be careful with, because if you do it in the air, you will teleport. When you're on the ground, you can just throw the girl and you can just move away and you won't teleport. When you're in the air, though, you throw the girl and you teleport. So I'll give you an example. When you do it off the edge, there's a very good chance you need to be very careful that you don't, ring yourself out. Because if you do that across the edge, you're pretty much taking the risk of, if you miss like that, you can fall right off the map and your opponent can recover and hit you with a counter attack. So it's something you definitely want to be careful with. I just like doing it on the ground. It's a lot better. They're a lot safer to use. And the best part about it, as I said, they are meat shields. They will not take damage like this. When you throw the one girl, they will not take damage. The other 2 can, that are still attached to your character. The 2 girls that aren't thrown can take damage, yes, but the one that's thrown can block projectiles, can take grenades, like Harley Quinn's Batman bomb that she throws. Whichever girl you throw, it could just knock it right away. It's crazy that they don't take damage from it. It's honestly one of the craziest things they could have added for them in this game, is pretty much a meat shield for the girls, which I think is absolutely insane. But we're going to continue with the side attacks. So they have a drop kick, which if you charge up, it goes a very far distance. Like, we can stand in the middle here. It won't hit him from here, but it'll get you very close. It actually did hit him. That is insane. So we stand all the way over here. It won't hit, but it gets you very close. You can see the distance it covers between this space here. It covers a very large distance when it's charged. When it's not charged, you just go like a little kick, but when it's charged up, you go pretty far, and it does a lot of damage too. So it's a great knockback, does a lot of damage, and has fantastic range. Something you want to keep in mind when trying to run combos with them. So if you just saw me and have been seeing me do that little spinning attack, that's another attack that you can use in the air. So this dropkick for Xbox controller is the right bumper, or RB if you want to call it. That is RB. When you're in the air, RB does this. It does a spinning ring around the rosy move, as it's called for them. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, but great knockback, and you can continuously just do it. You can just get in the air and just continue spinning if you hit them. You got to make sure you hit them, though, because look at that. You can just continuously hit them. It's a move that has no cooldown, which I think is crazy. I think all moves in this game need cooldowns, but, why add that, right? You can just send another girl at them, just spin, spin, spin. You can just continuously do it. As I said, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but you can see this can be very annoying to somebody if you're just going after them and spinning at them this whole time. That's another thing you can do. Spin into a dropkick when you land, can do a decent amount of damage, and then go straight into the uppercut tornado. Their moves are absolutely insane. I honestly have never dreamt of a character like this, because I didn't think it was even physically possible. Because this character is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. They're strong as hell. They don't, they take a lot of damage, and they are quick. And they have 3 completely different movesets. You can just hit this one, Blossom, switch, hit him with a Screech, switch, hit him with Heat Vision, jump and switch, hit him with an uppercut. Crazy work out of them there. They have just an insane moveset. As you can see, just continuously doing that, and then you just go into something like this and hit their up attack, because that's their up attack into a recovery. It is just crazy. Their basic attack on the ground, if you stand next to somebody and just attack, they will just drop kick. But when you're going to the side and do that, they will do 3 moves. Depending on what girl is out is different. They usually all end in a spike, but it's just kind of funny to watch how they do things. We'll start it with Bubbles. It's a lot weaker when she's out, as you can see. And then we'll go to Buttercup, and she is just an absolute tank. This is the craziest craziest character I've ever seen into this game. Now, honestly, the possibilities they could add with different characters now after adding the Powerpuff Girls with a 3-in-1 character is crazy. You can do so many things. I never thought this was possible. I didn't know what they were going to do. I thought it was just going to be a very similar Tom and Jerry type situation. I didn't know how it was going to work when they were first leaked, but it's crazy to see how they actually did it. And now that you did this like this, you can do this with so many other Warner Brother characters. It's insane. But there's really not much left to them in this tutorial. The one thing we haven't gone over yet is their recovery, and this does differentiate depending on which girl is out. So when you see, if you're off the map, you can just jump, press up, and you can do this twice, and it differentiates how much height you get between each girl. So Blossom, average recovery. Bubbles, you fly. Bubbles is speed and recovery to the dot. Buttercup, more damage and slowness. As you can see, her recovery is not nearly as high at all. But as I said, Blossom is the perfect character because she is the perfect balance of strength and speed. But yeah, Bubbles' recovery is absolutely insane how high you go. And you can hit that into an attack. I suggest when you do that, you're going to want to be on Blossom because hers is still high enough where it'll hit for enough damage and you don't have to be in the character, because with Buttercups you have to be, which is kind of annoying, but I get why they did it. They have to balance this character out somewhat, even though the character is not balanced whatsoever. The character is absolutely insane. This is one of the favorite combo starters. Throw out the phone, hit him with a tornado, go up, and smash him down with that. It's already 45 damage. You get them on a high enough health, you'll be able to knock them out of the map. It's absolutely insane what you can do with them. You can stun with certain moves, uppercut, change, teleport, hit him with a Heat Vision, switch, hit him with a Screech, go down, go up. I mean, the possibilities with this character are endless. This is pretty much day 1 of them, and I've already won a bunch of games playing them. They are an absolutely insane character. Their down attack is just this basic 3-leg dropkick or 6-leg dropkick. They come together. It's crazy. So their down attack on the ground, phone, their down attack on the air, dropkick. It's a little bit harder to land. Definitely a little bit harder to land. This is another one. Obviously, when you're in the air, you can just switch characters. It's something crazy. Switch. You just come out, hit them however you want. You just drop kick down. This is harder, but you can use this as like a pogo, which is kind of cool. If you miss it, you can pogo up. You kind of use it as a trampoline, which is insane. That's going to be pretty much it for this video. This character is the craziest thing I've ever seen introduced into this game, and I'm so curious to see what they do next. If we get any other characters teased in this season, we haven't gotten anything so far, but I knowing Multiverses, they'll tease something at some point, most likely midway through the season. I'd have to guess, but who knows? You never really know how they do things here, but I am excited. This character is crazy. As I said, the possibilities are endless. You're going to have to really learn how to get each girl's moves down. You can hit a little quick switch, uppercut. It's just something that you want to learn to do with them, especially is this switching part. And you want to try to switch like to a Buttercup or a Blossom when it's like that, because they do the most damage compared to Bubbles, because she is a weaker but quicker and better recovery attack character. So she's definitely somebody you don't want out attacking. She's somebody you just want for recovery. That's pretty much honestly it with them. They are going to be a top character in this game. They already pretty much are, which is insane. They just came out and they're already a top character. This tornado up attack is the craziest move. It kills on like 100 easy. If you charge it up and your opponent is on high health, easy death. And the knockback is insane. Like, I'll hit Shaggy on this when he's on 50, and look at that knockback. He goes flying. It's crazy. I'm very excited to see how this character progresses. They're already one of my favorites. They have a lot of kill attacks, a lot of strong moves. Remember, be careful with the teleport when you're in the air. You can do it on the ground. Just sacrifice one of the girls. It's something that, it's not a sacrifice. You just use them as a meat shield and they come right back. But when you do it in the air, you teleport. So you need to be very careful. But you could, in Ascension, do it like this and then just pretty much teleport right back if you're off the map. You just have to be careful because if your opponent times it, you're pretty much screwed. This is a character they are an assassin character, so they are a little bit harder to learn. So definitely take your time in learning this character, because you don't want to, think ahead and go crazy with a character. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This character is crazy. I'm very excited to see how we do going forward. If you guys have any questions on anything else with them, like certain moves or how to do certain things, I'll go over this again shortly. But that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.